into the fray. So this is not just a sprint thing. This is a long haul. It's not about saying if, that is if, a qualified if, because, you know, with what we have, and PDP already knows that too, and that's why they are jittery. There is real trepidation within that camp. We know that, you know, come 2015, PDP will be in opposition. That is the truth. But we are saying, like, coming to your question, that suppose, you know, APC does not come into power, would that cause a disintegration of the party? I said a capital no.
You're quite confident that your party will last beyond 2015. But let's look at, you know, the dynamics of your party. He's suggesting that there are still blocks within your party. That yes, there has been a merger, but that you still have regional blocks within the party, so that people are still, will I say, coalescing on a regional basis. Is that true?
Now, you look at the CPC, for instance. Yes, CPC had been dominant in the northern part of Nigeria. Forget about the number of governors that were said to have been won, you know, by, or governorship seats that were said to have been won by CPC. You know, CPC won, you know, more governorship seats than we had. That is the truth, and history will judge us right that that exactly is the truth. Now, CPC was more, had always been more dominant in the north, and then you also have the MPP like that, and then you have the ACN more in the southwest, you know, those spreading out to other parts of the country. So you see that these various parties have been in different blocks within the Nigerian political space. Now, these different blocks have shared their various identities to fuse into a party. So it is somewhat not appropriate to think that very soon that they will go back to the same old blocks again, you know, because it's like when we cross that bridge, we burnt that bridge behind us, so there is no going back to our old ways. I mean, look at me. I was voted, you know, I was elected, you know, for a 4-year office, you know, in 2011. This is 2013. We've forfeited 2 years of that 4 years. So for the utmost sacrifice of ensuring a more stable polity. So that is the quantum of sacrifice that the different executives in the different political parties, you know, the legacy parties that, you know, the 3 main legacy parties that form this alliance, that have been the sacrifice of most of us. So it is, yes.
You're really very, very optimistic here, but there appear to be stormy waters brewing around you. You have another group that is claiming that you've taken their name and they are fighting to get back their name. Yet another party that says they have never been part of your merger talks. I mean, this is one side, but some people are asking, can your party, can the new APC ever be inclusive completely?
Yeah, let me first deal with your first part, the first part of your question. You know, there was basically no doubt about it that the the African People's Congress, or whatever name, they were called or whatever, had some sort of alliance or some sort of working relationship with the PDP. And we have evidence to that. I mean, if it comes to that. So we had said it before that it was the PDP sponsoring these ones. So something that was done in a hurry, there was absolutely no way it could have that lasting effect. So that was why, because it was done in a hurry, that was why INEC saw the need to disqualify them. So having been disqualified, and then APC, the real APC, All Progressives Congress, are now been, registered, there's absolutely no way that they can come back and say that they ought to be registered. It is totally incongruous. That's that. And then coming to the other question, leg of your question about or your assertion that some people I'm sure you were referring to some people in the old CPC that claim that they were the authentic executive members of CPC without being sub judice, unduly, but there was a court process. I mean, a court. I won't say ruling, because the judgment will come later. But I can tell you quite clearly that that group has lost. They have lost it, And in fact, from the INEC letter to CPC, stated clearly that the registration certificate of Congress for Progressive Change is hereby cancelled, and you are therefore requested to submit same to the commission immediately. That was the letter dated 31st July 2013 from INEC to CPC. And before then, CPC had told INEC clearly, in a letter dated May 9, 2013, that our certificate was missing, and applying for a true copy, a certified true copy of the certificate, and swearing to the relevant affidavit and the police report. So there is absolutely no way that anybody can come now to say that, they were the authentic people and that they had the certificate. Anybody that shows original certificate of CPC with him will be arrested by the police. That is the truth. So they better not show themselves up, or put themselves on the wrong side of the law. So that is the truth. So I can't remember the last part of your question now.
Well, don't worry. Let's skip it and come back to Prof for the sake of our time. Now, much as he believes, he's very optimistic about all of this. But let's come back to the PDP, because, there'll be an emergency FEC meeting. I don't know if it's today or soon. But in the headlines today, it was that 10 governors have notified the president of their perhaps intention to move to other political parties. Yeah. And in the light of that, don't you think that do you even see that happening in the first place? That's a huge number.
Anything is possible in politics. I told you, Nigerian politicians are the same. You can see PDP governors talking about moving. Whether true or not, no PDP governor, nobody elected as governor on a political platform ought to contemplate moving. Because you have reached the highest level of party attainment. There ought to be some form of integrity in how we play politics. But the truth of the matter is that the PDP is going through the normal changes. You see, a president in the Nigerian context who will be in politics, not to want to control the party. Let me tell you two examples. Abiola, one of the reasons for his tragedy was that he did not allow himself to pay attention to the political party. Once he grabbed the ticket, he just allowed other people, in fact, his opponents, Shehu Yahadua's group, to control the party. And so they negotiated him out of his mandate.